Hi everyone, hoping you can hear me okay. It is 8:30, so I'm just going to give everyone a couple minutes to connect in. Yay, I see people. Hi Heather, hi Amanda, hi Melissa. Amazing. Just getting started, so we're gonna give everyone a couple minutes to catch on. Pat, Nancy, hey guys. Caitlin, Krista, so fun. Love it. Cute. Yay, thumbs up. Thank you. So cool. All right, hi everyone, it's Krista, and I'm here to do an introductory class with you about some of the tools and techniques I've learned, but I'm just going to give everyone a couple minutes to kind of log in and get settled. So grab yourself a coffee if you drink coffee, or a glass of water or tea or whatever, and paper and pen if you want one. So fun. I don't know if you guys have noticed on Facebook, but my day is a pretty exciting day. I'm super stoked about Ryan, my husband, has launched his first single, so if you haven't grabbed it, grab it. And then I'm hosting this class, so we're both pretty excited about our Monday. Excited to share with you all that I know and all the different perspectives and awarenesses and things I've learned over the last 7 years. Awesome. Yay. Hi Linda, hi Becky, hi Royal, hi Mandy, hi Karen. Thanks for coming, Ryan. So cool. This is fun. This is actually my first ever Facebook Live, so bear with me if I'm figuring things out a little bit, but loving it so far. Okay, cool. Oh, comments. Oh, Steph. Hey, Steph. This is fun. Yeah, so if during the call you want to add comments or have questions, feel free. I'll try to pay attention and check in every once in a while. But yeah, we're gonna explore lots on this call. I'm so excited. We'll give like 30 seconds more to those people that are just catching on here. And there have been lots of questions about replays. The replay will be available here on Facebook, on this Facebook group. As well, I'm gonna figure out how to convert this to a YouTube video. So you'll be able to share it if you're feeling keen to do so with any of your friends or family or anyone that you feel might kind of resonate with this material. Yay. Awesome. Hi, Susie. Thanks for joining us. Janet, Becky. Amazing. Hi. Now you guys can include where you're from if you want, because there are some people tapping in through different places, and then lots of Stratford clients and friends and family. Awesome. Okay, let's get started. 8:33. 33 is one of my favorite numbers, so let's do this. Okay, I am Krista Hurley. As many of you know, thanks for joining our call today. It's going to be amazing. I'm here to kind of hopefully challenge you a little bit to stretch your way of thinking, maybe stretch your perceptions a little bit, stretch your way of being into something more, into creating something more amazing for yourself. So with that being said, I always like to start with asking the question, what is it? If you had the tools and techniques available to you to change anything in your world, what would you choose? What change are you seeking in your life that you just don't have the answers for yet? In what ways have you been doing things trying to create change, but the results aren't showing up? And I'm going to hopefully offer you some new tools that will help you create change in your life. So if those tools were available to you, would you actually be interested and keen, and would you grab a hold of those to make change? A lot of us say yes, and then some of us are like, ew, that's kind of scary. Change is scary. right? So if you have a little bit of that reaction, there might be a paradigm or a limiting belief or a habit or a program in there that's blocking you from creating some change in your life. I know change for me used to be scary because change was bad from my limiting perspective on change. Whereas now I've shifted into change being like magical and exciting and transformative, so I don't get hung up on change as much as I used to. Okay, so before I get into everything, I'm Krista Hurley, and I have a bunch of different tools that I like to access in my practice. I'm a alternative wellness practitioner. I use Theta healing as the main tool because it's deep and it's transformative, and it helps you access all the ways you're feeling stuck by deeply connecting into source energy and deeply connecting into those limiting beliefs and programs of your subconscious mind. So I want to talk about a few things on this call. I want to talk about, how we create our reality. And most of you will know that on some level, it's out there, that we do create our reality with our thoughts, but I want to speak to it a little bit more. And then talk about our subconscious mind and how accessing our subconscious mind and changing those programs is the key to creating results. Any way you feel stuck in your life, your business, perhaps your relationships, financially, just in your happiness and your health, whatever you're feeling stuck, ultimately at the core are some limiting subconscious beliefs and some ways in which maybe that's keeping you safe or keeping you stuck is keeping you safe, right? So we've got tools to really look at what that could be and let those go so you can really move forward in your life and whatever that looks like for you. Okay, can everyone hear me okay? Can't hear me. Is this okay if I move the computer closer? Wendy? Turn up the volume. I don't know if that'll make a difference. Okay, hopefully this is a better volume for everyone. All right, so with that being said, I want to we'll start with a little bit, additionally, once we talk about subconscious beliefs, I actually am going to give you a tool to help you identify what subconscious beliefs you have, which is huge. So many of us don't actually know what's being held in our subconscious mind. So you're going to need a tool where you can play around and figure out what is it that I really believe. From there, we're going to do a visualization that helps you connect to source energy, connect to your subconscious mind, and then create some changes there. It'll be fun. And then I've got a few other things, sort of tricks up my sleeve as well, that I'll share with you in a bit. Okay, I'm excited. So I'll talk briefly a little bit about my story, just to give you the sense of how far I've come. And then you'll kind of be able to maybe relate. Generally, people that I'm attracting in or that are attracted to my work can kind of relate to my story on some level, and it brings hope or, this like, okay, some great change is possible for me now. So for me, I really struggled with depression for most of my life, literally up until I found some energy healing modalities, specifically Theta healing, but EFT started shifting for me, and that's meridian tapping, where you tap on your meridian endpoints. And so I struggled with depression in high school up until university. It kind of triggered some anxiety stuff. I shifted into eating disorders, both anorexia, bulimia, binge eating. I kind of did it all. And then still anxious and depressed, graduated from kinesiology and went into teacher's college. So I am an educator. I became a teacher and really struggled my first year. I had a really difficult class. I was one of the lucky teachers that got hired right away, but I was commuting to Zurich Public School at the time, and it was just really overwhelming. So I found myself pretty much my entire 20s, I was bloated, like constantly bloated. I have huge digestive issues at the time. I had chronic back pain. I was tired. Like even as a kid, my mom would constantly take me to the doctors to find out why I was so exhausted. I had all of these symptoms, and I had tried everything, like everything alternative that I knew I had tried, because I was so ready for change. I read Dr. Phil and Oprah back in the day. I tried naturopaths. I tried meditating, which wasn't working for me at the time, yoga, working out. Like, I honestly tried everything that I knew, acupuncture, Reiki. Not that those don't work for people, don't get me wrong, they're incredible. But for me, I had a deep subconscious belief that A, I could never be happy, and B, nothing worked for me. So nothing did, right? So basically, I was stuck in life, and then I had a few tragedies kick in. My partner at the time, when I was teaching, got into a serious car accident, so serious that it was life threatening, and he received a brain injury. And so that put me on a different path. You know, our trajectory of this suddenly became this, and I then became the caregiver because with significant brain injury, it's years of rehab. And so I was caregiver and felt like that was my role. And in the meanwhile, figured out that we weren't compatible anymore. The new him from the after the accident and the new me, just we weren't compatible as humans. And yet I was in this relationship for life, or felt that I had to be. And so we got married, we got pregnant, and once I had my first child, 2 weeks before actually going into labor, my partner then was like, you know what, this isn't working for me. And so there was a significant trauma. We had the accident trauma, and then literally separating weeks before slash after was when it finally happened, after having a child. So I then moved in with my parents for the first year. Started my life new. I moved back to Stratford and I wasn't here before. And started to kind of really try to get my life back in gear, and met some new people, and things were kind of moving in the right direction, but I was still totally stuck. Like, I actually had speech issues, and my anxiety was insane. Like, I would actually have trouble speaking to people because I thought they were judging me for being a single parent with a baby. Like, I was all up in my head. And then moving forward, I went back to work and moved into my own place that was being renovated, and it was just my rock bottom. So I actually Googled stress relief one day, just like, please, something show up for me that's going to work. And EFT, or emotional freedom technique, showed up. And I started tapping on my face. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous, but again, I was willing to try anything. And I joined the World Tapping Summit, which just happened to start like 2 days later. And it's this amazing 10-day free event. So I was tapping daily for 10 days straight. And then from there, 10 days later, I actually started singing out loud for the first time in I don't know how long, and caught myself off guard. I actually caught myself off guard and was shocked that I was singing, because I hadn't been happy enough to sing in I don't know how long. Didn't even remember that people did that. And then I also had someone else comment on my energy and ask if I'd fallen in love. And I was awkward about it because, again, that was like the last thing on my radar. But I was like, they're picking up on this new love vibe. Cool. Something shifted in a big way. So that started me into this alternative, let's figure out what's in the subconscious mind, let's work with energy world. And then Theta Healing showed up for me. And it was when I found Theta Healing 2 years later that everything started to change quickly. It's just a tool. We access these tools and techniques because we're connected in that subconscious mind in the most deep way. We actually can work with the genetic beliefs that come in through your parents, which are partly part of the problem. We can work with those genetic beliefs as well as what you've picked up in this lifetime, and literally get them going quickly. So many people try affirmations, and I know I felt like I failed The Secret because I was trying, I am happy, I am prosperous, I am abundant, I love myself, but none of it was authentic and none of it resonated. And no matter how hard I tried, it wasn't going to work for me. So I actually felt like I failed The Secret because I couldn't shift my thought process. But I had so many neural pathways on pessimistic ways of being and on negativity and on depression that I needed something big to make that change. So this was it. And I'm hoping this can be it for you. I'm hoping that these tools that I bring in are like life changing. And for most people that I've met, they are. This is game changing, business elevating, relationship shifting, amazing stuff, and I'm excited to share it with you. So since then, everything's changed for me. I am happy. I no longer have depression, which for some is a modern day miracle. I don't get don't get bloated. I literally have healed my digestive issues. I am relatively good, like with body image for the most part. I have slips once in a while. I've eliminated my good and bad around food and can just enjoy it and can actually ask my body what it wants without judgment, which is again unheard of for most people that have struggled as much as I did with eating disorders. So miracles are possible. Like, and I've since met my life partner. He's got his album launching today, which is absolutely incredible. That I've been a part of, that our paths are connected and aligned, and we've had a child since, and lots of amazing things. So I just want to share this with you, share this with the world, and hope you want to tap into some of this magic. So let's get started. Okay, so first topic I want to share is this concept about you create your reality. So as many of you know, how we perceive the world comes from our thoughts, right? So depending on what my thoughts are, on some level I'm creating my reality. How I feel on some level is creating my reality. So the story I like to share with people, and this one came in to share earlier, is I was walking in the woods with a friend, sort of this pathway behind her like housing units in the woods, and we had somebody walking directly towards us and just past us with earphones in, listening to something on his phone, and he was laughing. And it was crazy because we both were there walking together, had the exact same experience. He laughed as he passed us. And my reaction, based on the reality I was creating, this probably happened a year or two ago, was like, man, he's got to be listening to something really funny. I wonder what it is he's listening to. And then I was shocked when I turned to her and I said, huh? And she's like, why do you think he was laughing at us? Like, her reaction was literally like, he's laughing at me. Why is he laughing at me? Whereas mine was, he's listening to something funny. I want to know what that is. I'm curious. So we had the exact same experience, but based on our beliefs and our thoughts and our paradigms, we received it differently, right? So my reality was different. Thank goodness I had done all the work that I had done, because otherwise I probably would have had a similar reaction. But my reality was different. It was more like, huh, cool. Like, yeah, he's laughing. I want to be a part of it. Whereas hers was, he's laughing at me. So more of the victim energy, more of the, things are happening to me in a way that is unfortunate, and, I can't get out of this negative circumstance. So, where do you fall right now? Like, are you creating a reality that is joyful and healthy and lighthearted and fun? And are you creating all that you want? And if so, how do you do that how do you get any more of that? Right? Why stop at that? Like, I want to continue to grow and receive more amazing and more magic in my life. And then if not, are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling anxious or depressed or stressed out? Or, where are you at in your life? Because there'll be some perceptions that you have that are creating that reality. And then when we change those perceptions, your life actually changes, which is so cool. So you can inherently actually change your life. And this was a concept that was new for me. I didn't know this before. I thought that like God was doing this to me, or my life was just going to be horrible. Like, it was inevitable. It just was. But once I started realizing that I can change my reality and that that's actually possible for me and I can be happy, then the magic started to happen. But I actually didn't believe that was possible for a while. It took me a while that I had to do this energy work to even believe happiness was possible for me. But once I got it, I brought it in a big way. So we want to help you do the same. So you create your reality. Your thoughts have energy. They are things. So by law of attraction or law of vibration, where we vibrate, likes attract likes. So if I'm having low vibrational thoughts or low vibrational feelings of like, I'm not enough, I hate my life, like, this job is horrible, I'm stuck in this forever, whatever it is, those are lower vibrational thoughts. And you're going to be sending out lower vibrational frequencies and receiving that back. What you boomerang out, you get back. I love to explain that to my daughter, right? So like, what are you boomeranging out right now? What does that come boomeranging out? Are you speaking appreciation? And are you focusing on what you love about your life and love about yourself? Because if so, you're going to get more of that back, right? And that vibration is higher vibrational experiences, higher vibrational frequency patterns in your body and being, and you're sending that out and you're receiving that back. So it's kind of cool when we can start to shift using belief work. We can actually shift our vibrations. So again, powerful stuff. Okay, so first point, you create your reality. Nobody's doing anything to you. The universe is working with you and for you. You're constantly being guided, and when you listen to those whispers and you follow the flow downstream, you're not, trying to swim upstream or creating resistance. When you're in your flow and following your guidance, they're easy, they're aligned, and they're high vibrational and fun, right? So that's what the goal is. That's where we want to get you. Okay. So the next piece that I've kind of alluded to briefly is the subconscious mind. So yes, we create our reality. We can create a better reality by changing our beliefs. And especially we got to change them on the subconscious level. So with the subconscious mind, so our logic mind, I like it's when we're all up in our head, right? Logically, I can know what I need to do to build my business. But am I actually acting on those steps? Most of us know exactly what we need to do, but there's this gap between the doing and knowing, right? We know what we need to do, but we just can't quite do it. We can't quite get those results. And that's where the subconscious mind comes in. Only 10% at most of our mind is conscious. So that's where the affirmation. So if I am beautiful, I am beautiful. I can say that to myself over and over, and eventually, it's going to start to percolate maybe into the 90% of my subconscious mind. But there's ways to access the part of me that doesn't believe I'm beautiful a lot faster and make that shift. And that's what we're going to talk about. Because in our subconscious mind, so we've got in our conscious mind our thoughts and our intellect, right? All the stuff we learned at school is generally in the conscious mind, Our thoughts and our intellect are conscious. Some of those things that we're trying to bring in are conscious, but the subconscious mind is like your self-image, how you perceive yourself truly on the inside, and how you're projecting yourself, wanting to project yourself out to the world. Is that the same? That's in your subconscious mind. Your habits are subconscious. Your belief systems, your programs, the deep ones are subconscious. And many of us didn't even necessarily choose them. They just came in either from our childhood or from our parents or from our genetics, right? We literally receive some of these belief systems that just come through our genetic line. So the thing is, when you are in from 2 years old to 6 years old, your brain is actually in a theta brainwave. And the reason the modality I love is called theta healing is because we access a theta brainwave. And that brainwave is directly connected to your subconscious mind, which is incredible. So hypnosis uses the theta brainwave in a different way. When you're just falling to sleep, that's actually the theta brainwave. And the theta brainwave is also directly connected to source energy, to that all that is energy, to the creator of all that is, to God, to the universe, whatever you call that infinite wisdom. It's also directly connected to the theta brainwave. So what we do is access this visualization that directly connects us into source energy and into our subconscious mind, which allows us to make those changes. And it allows us to actually bring in downloads. So when I bring in I am beautiful into my subconscious mind through the theta brainwave, that's when it takes hold. And that's when I actually start to create a new neural pathway. And I start to reinforce that every time I bring in a download or every time I say I am beautiful. Then it's even more greatly reinforced. So the idea is that we stop focusing on or putting attention to the negative neural pathways and start to recreate positive neural pathways, which again then allows us to create a different reality. So with that being said, what I was about to say is when you're between 2 and 6 years old, our brain is naturally in a theta brainwave the whole time. We are in theta brainwave. That's our natural state of being. Right now as adults, as I'm talking to you, my natural state is the beta brainwave. When you're in a deep sleep, it's the delta brainwave. But from 2 to 6, every day, every hour of the day, other than when we're sleeping deeply, we're in the theta brainwave. So can you imagine all of the belief systems you took on into your subconscious mind between 2 and 6, on top of our genetic beliefs? And so I'm sure you can think, like I know for myself, I remember my parents used to always say, money doesn't grow on trees. Right. So I learned very clearly that money's limited. And a little bit of a lack mentality infused in, money doesn't grow on trees. You can't spend it frivolously. There's not enough for everybody, right? So there's a limitation around money that was infused in that one comment. And I remember like looking at trees being like, I wonder if money could grow on trees. And then I found out there is a tree called the money tree, and that maybe started to shift my paradigm a little bit. But we can actually work on that, and I'll show you how to do that on this call, and how to muscle test your belief systems to find out what your subconscious mind holds. Okay, so subconscious mind is ideally what we want to shift and change to let go of those limitations, and we're going to do so. So can everyone else hear me okay? And you guys are a bit quiet. Okay, you're a bit quiet, perhaps headphones with a mic. Why don't I try that? Thank you, Keela. All right, any questions while I get myself going here? All right, cool. Is that better? Love EFT, works great. Hi, lots of friends listening. Cindy, Nancy, Glenda, amazing. Jen, yay, sister. Fun. Heidi, thank you. Okay, how's the volume? Is that way better? I'm hoping so. Okay, thumbs up, Mandy's got. Okay, good, yay. Okay, it's better if you can hear me. Thanks, guys. Hopefully on the replay you can like crank up the volume. Okay, good. Okay. All right, so let's move on to testing some of those subconscious beliefs. Okay, so I have a list that I've written a few of these down just to give us some ideas. So let's start with the first one. So I want to sort of explain, and I know there's lots of different healing modalities that uses sort of a kinesiology form of testing. You can do a standing test, which I have on my website. So I thought it'd be fun to show people how to muscle test with their hands, because it's actually like when I'm driving, I muscle test, or when I'm out walking, like I literally can, as I'm hearing a song and hear a belief pop up, I can actually test the belief to see if I have it. So, and this was actually my party trick tool. When I first learned about it, I was trying to show everyone. So I'll share it with you to share with the world, because it's fun when we know what's actually going on in our subconscious mind. It's like even sometimes that awareness of, oh, I believe that, can literally shift it out of the subconscious into the conscious mind and change it. You don't necessarily always have to do a lot of reprogramming around it. Sometimes the awareness can bring great change. Okay, amazing. Hi, Ange. Okay, so let's start with the concept of weightlifting. So generally when we weight lift and we say, if we were to say in our head, yes, 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 and be really positive about it, you'd probably be able to lift a couple more reps, right? Versus if you're in your head like, no, 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 I can't do this, you're probably not going to be able to lift as many reps as you would with a different mindset. And what it is we have a different electromagnetic frequency in our energy field when we're feeling yes versus no. And it's actually a strong frequency. There's actually a little extra strength in our body when we think or say or speak yes. So we can use that to test our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind is actually in every cell in our body and being. So with that being said, I want you just to kind of give yourself an okay sign. And you're going to do the same thing with the other hand, but you're going to put it inside. So this might be the trickiest thing we do today, figuring out the hand position. Okay, so this hand, and then you've got your other hand in the same position inside. And what you're going to try to do, holding the first hand with just like a medium strength, you're going to use your other hand to try to open it. Okay, so just kind of give it the same amount of strength. So see how I'm just sort of pushing to open my hand, but I've got this with the medium strength, so it's not going far. I'm not gripping so strong like I'll never be able to get it open, just like a medium strength. Okay, and then I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to say out loud, yes. And as you say yes out loud, see what happens to your hand. So you're trying to push on that top and bottom finger to open it, but hold on to it with a medium strength. Okay? So say yes, see what happens. And then I want you to try again with your eyes closed, say out loud, no, and then see what happens. So try again. Close your eyes, say yes, and then say no. And you're probably going to notice a difference in the grip strength. So a no is generally weaker and a yes is generally stronger. Okay? If you're not, and sometimes people will be backwards or sometimes people won't quite have the clarity, what I'll do is bring in a download. So this is what happens when I'm connected to the Theta Brainwave. I can connect to the subconscious mind, and for everybody on the call now and in the future, I'm going to witness the download coming in. So again, infinite wisdom, source energy, whatever you want to call that, amazing, all that is energy, is the healer or facilitates all of these changes. I literally just witness them. Okay, so would you like the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on muscle testing, so that you know how to have a strong yes and you know how to have a strong no and what that feels like, and that you can have the clarity between the two? It's safe and possible for you, and you're able to do so now. And then I'm also hearing, can we give you the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on how to receive your highest truth and how to communicate with your body, and that it's safe and possible for you to receive your highest truth, to communicate with your body, and to communicate in general with yourself and with your inner knowing, and that you're allowed, it's safe, and you're able to now. Okay, so if you'd like that, just say yes to yourself, and we can bring those downloads in the highest and best way for you. And then we'll just try again. So I want you to try another yes. So say yes out loud with your eyes closed, and say no. Okay, and then we're going to try a few beliefs. So try my name is Krista and see what happens. And there is one Krista on the call. Hi, Krista. And so if you're not her, you probably got a no response because your name isn't Krista, and your subconscious mind knows it. And your subconscious mind is in every cell in your body and being, so you actually get a weak response, right? Whereas Krista would have tested and received a yes, as I do. My name is Krista is a yes. Okay? So try my name is and fill in the blank and put your actual name in, and then see what happens. Okay? How's that? Are you getting the sense of this here? Is it working for most people? It's hard because I can't see you. Usually I can tell in a live situation, I can see who's not moving or if somebody's going backwards and reprogram. Oh, I'm hearing if anyone has that belief, I am backwards, or if your energy field is actually rotating in a way that isn't ideal, I'll just witness that belief being released. I am backwards or I am wrong. And just bring in, I'm hearing I am divine or highest, all that is, source energy, perfection. I am perfect. And if you'd like that, bring it in just with a yes. Okay, cool. All right, so let's try a few more. You ready? So again, yes and no. And let's try I love myself. So with your eyes closed, state it loud, I love myself. And find out if you get a yes or a no on the subconscious mind. Let's try I'm allowed to be happy. So yes and no, and I'm allowed to be happy. Let's see what you get with that one. And let's try again. I'm allowed to be a millionaire. So I'm allowed to be a millionaire. Yes. Try it's possible for me to be a millionaire. Okay. And this one's fun because you can actually use it to test your beliefs where they stop. So I'm allowed to be a millionaire, but maybe I'm not allowed to be a 10 millionaire, right? Like I can actually test where my barometer or my thermometer or my ceiling around my belief starts and stops. And when it comes to money, this is really important because, say for me, as a teacher, you know, making $100,000 or close to is what I would make. So, you know, both my parents were in the education field. My dad was principal, my mom was a teacher. So that is a natural cap for me. If my parents can make that, they actually retired around 80,000. So if my parents can make 80, I can make 80. But for me to make a lot more than that before was actually not possible. I had a ceiling of $80,000. So say in my business, I made 100,000 one year, I'd probably create, because I'm the co-creator, and I did this, I had like a furnace that needed to be replaced, and you know, your car might break down, you got to buy a new car, whatever it is. There tends to be a way that we balance out, just like a thermostat does, to this set point. So what we actually want to do is look at our subconscious set point and then change it, right? So I had to show myself that I could actually make more money than my parents and that I would be allowed, and look at what all the limitations were around that so that I could change my financial thermostat, so that I could actually leave a secure job and become an entrepreneur. That didn't happen for my parents, right? Yeah, so play around with that. See how much you're allowed to make in a year. What's your maximum, you know, and where is your thermostat at? Okay, let's try a few more. Let's try, so yes and no, and money is the root of all evil. So see what you get around that, because there's generally money beliefs that come in for people. And try, what else? I can be truly healthy. Whatever, if you have a health condition, try it's possible for this health condition to heal. And you could try the belief I had, nothing works for me, right? So you can really literally play around with this about everything. Find out what you believe in your subconscious mind. It's huge. And then you're going to receive some tools that will help change that. So it's not just like, hey, now you've got the awareness, which again might help change things. But it's going to be even more powerful as we utilize some of these tools to bring that in a bigger way. Okay, so that's the next step. So now that we've accessed a few subconscious beliefs, and I'm hoping, were you guys able to do that? Did it go well for everyone? If you're struggling, you can let me know and maybe give a thumbs up if that was possible. Again, there's a standing up test that you can access on my website. For some that works better, but play with it. It's like anything else. It's like muscle memory, right? The more you practice, the better you're going to get. When I first started this, I literally barely noticed a change in the strength. And obviously the more I've done it, the more my body and brain and whatever, it's like, okay, I got this. I know how to muscle test. It's all good. Okay, sweet. So I'm getting all good, clear yeses, clear nos, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Thanks for the feedback. Love it. So good. Yay. Awesome. Okay, so next step, we're going to connect into source energy. How amazing is that? right? So there's been a visualization that's actually allowed you to connect into the theta brainwave and therefore connect into your subconscious mind. And when you're connected to this place, this is the place of true unconditional love. And you can connect into this place, this source energy within ourselves. Ultimately, we are infinite wisdom. Our non-physical selves, our soul essences, are this, all that is energy. It's source energy. Our non-physical selves are infinite beings, which is why we can create an infinite reality of infinite possibilities. So can we bring that in as a download for all of you on the call? Would you like to know that you are an infinite being who is able to easily tap into her or his infinite wisdom, and that it's safe and possible for you to do so, and you're able to do so now? Okay, so with this visualization, we're going to connect into the infinite wisdom that we are, connect into the infinite wisdom of the earth, and then connect into the infinite wisdom of the universe. And as we do so, again, we're accessing our theta brainwave in the subconscious mind. So I will bring in whatever I'm guided to bring in this space, just downloads for the class and for the group. And then we'll muscle test at the end to see if some of those beliefs shifted for you. Because it's crazy how just bringing these feeling downloads into the subconscious mind can actually create shifts. And then if you have a deep program, like for me, I'm not good enough was a really deep program. And so just bringing in the belief I am enough is going to start that new neural pathway. So it's genius, but I needed more reinforcement. And there's actually an incredible technique called digging, which we'll get into later on, and I'll dig with people and kind of get into that further on if as we continue in some of these classes. But digging essentially finds, so say I'm starting with initial fear of I'm afraid to step out into the world and be my authentic self and put myself out there in my business. The fear is present, but that's not actually the root of the fear. Right? Whatever's going on, the problems in your life, they're not actually the problem. You don't know how many people I've worked with that complain about their boss and they actually have dad stuff. And so they change their dad stuff and suddenly they realize their boss is lovely. The energy around their whole relationship shifts. Or people who are ill and they have resentment, towards a family member, and the illness is directly connected to that resentment. Or they're actually both sick and the illness is keeping them connected, right? So the illness isn't the problem, not truly. It's the symptoms of what's really, truly deeply embedded in the subconscious, which is why, again, this work is so powerful and transformative. So we're going to bring in as many downloads as we can, which again are going to start to create those neural pathways. And if you don't notice a shift around something, then it's literally a bit of digging work and a change, which can happen fast. But most of you are going to feel significantly different after just a 5-minute meditation or visualization and some changes, which is crazy and awesome. And then from there, again, we'll muscle test. And then actually, I think when we're up there, I'm going to play around with something too, because probably for me, the single greatest thing that came out of having access to this tool was the guidance I received from source energy. So when I know that I'm connected to source energy, it's always there. I just didn't have the code to connect into the Wi-Fi, right? It's like this visualization gives you that code to tap in. And then once you're tapped in, you can live your life from a place of guidance. And everything changes when that happens. Seriously, that's probably the most significant change that was created from this tool for me. I live a life listening to the whispers because I'm literally asking about everything. So for example, I will ask, is it in my highest and best to have a burger or to have a salad for dinner, or whatever it is? And it's not always salad. Sometimes my body desires a burger. So then I listen to it, right? Is it in my highest and best to do this call on a Monday night or a Wednesday night? I literally ask about everything. As even the things that seem really small, and then you just literally live your life guided, and the knowing starts to come from within. And when you live listening to that knowing and acting on that knowing, it flows. There's always going to be stuff that surfaces, but even as that stuff surfaces, you see it from a place of being connected, which is of the highest truth. And so you're out of like the drama and the trauma, and like you don't stay there very long. So it's cool. And I want to give everyone an opportunity to have that experience. So let's do it. Okay. So once we're up and we're connected to source energy, I'll get you to, again, when I bring in the downloads, just say yes. And the idea is that you're consciously and subconsciously receiving. It's giving permission. It's just allowing the neural networks to happen more deeply, perhaps, and to make sure that they do happen. Because for me, my subconscious mind was a little bit stubborn and a little bit tricky. So the yes would kind of reinforce that the changes happen. It was like, yes, I'm choosing change and I am safe, right? So yeah, just say yes. And then we'll allow those changes to come in for everyone on the call now, anyone listening later, through all time and space. Cool. And actually, I'm hearing we'll bring this in for your genetic lines as well, so that your kids and your parents and grandchildren moving forward, backwards through all time and space, that they can choose with free will. They have their own free will. So on some level, even if it's a soul level, if they choose these changes, they can receive them. So again, it's uber transformative. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna get you to find a comfortable position, and I'll get you to close your eyes. And we're going to start connecting into the energy in our hearts. So feel into the loving energy of your heart. Feel into that infinite wisdom, that unconditional love, that source energy. And just take a deep breath in as you really feel in and connect into the love that you truly are. Okay. And one more time, really feeling into that divine love, that infinite wisdom, just feeling completely loved, and radiate that love through your whole body and being. So another deep breath in. Anything that isn't unconditionally loving, setting the intention to release it now. And then send the energy from your heart down through your body. So down into the base of your spine, into your legs, down into your feet. And then send the energy all the way down into the center of the earth, connecting into that infinite wisdom, that source energy of Mother Earth. And feeling nurtured as you do, because there's a lot of our inner children that didn't feel that nurturing as children. So I want you just to really feel that nurturing, loving energy of the earth and of Mother Earth, the nurturing energy and love of a mother, an unconditional love of a mother. Show you what it would feel like to have that, and that it's safe and possible for you, and you have that now. So just bringing that energy, that grounding, loving, natural energy all the way up through the earth, and bringing that up into your body. And as you do, really feeling grounded and connected to source, heading all the way up through your legs, up through your body, up through your head, up into your head. And as you do, you'll notice sort of this beautiful ball of light forming above your head. And I like to describe that as like a spaceship. So notice the color, or feel into the color, visualize it, or know it, or feel it. We're going to connect now into the all that is energy of the universe and beyond. So heading into that ball of light, heading onward and upward, you're going to head up past each and every star and each and every planet, pushing onward and outward to the edge of the universe. So feeling yourself pushing all the way to the edge of the universe. Then we're going to continue onward, and you'll notice these beautiful layers of lights. So all these beautiful bright lights. Notice or feel yourself, however you witness it, visualize pushing past these beautiful bright lights, continuing onward and outward and upward, and pushing past the golden lights. You'll see these really beautiful flecks of golden light that feel warm and comforting. but continue onward as you push past them into the next layer of jelly. It's like this really thin layer of jelly, and there's many colors and shapes. So just easily push yourself through that layer of jelly. And as you do, you'll see a doorway. And this is the doorway to the infinite intelligence, to the source energy, to the all that is of all that is of all that is energy. So allow yourself to deeply immerse yourself into this beautiful tingly white light. And sending yourself as deeply as you can into this, like go deep. Just send yourself into this white light. Feel totally loved as you're surrounded by unconditional love and connected to all that is. So this is the place of instant manifestation. For those of you that want to manifest and play with manifestation, do this visualization every time. You're directly connected to source energy. So your manifestations become way more powerful and way more instant. But also be mindful of what you think in this space, because your thoughts create exponentially in this place. And can we also show you that this is the place of instant healing? So if you're looking for an instant healing, I'm actually hearing to witness a physical healing coming in for everyone on the call now and forward in time and space. So just going to witness that coming in, whatever's in your highest and best, physically, spiritually, energetically. I'm just witnessing a healing for you now. And would everyone like to know the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on unconditional love, first of all? And can we show you that it's your birthright, you deserve, and you're worthy of unconditional love? And that you know how to receive unconditional love, that you're allowed to receive unconditional love, and that your soul essence is unconditional love. So that you already know what that is like to be love. And you can remember that now. And it's safe and possible for you, and you're remembering how to be love and to receive love now. And then all the ways that you felt like you weren't loved, like all the ways people showed you love was conditional, can we just mark that finished and done and show you that they were doing the best they could with the abilities and the capacity to love that they had? Because so many of us carry resentments towards parents who taught us love was conditional, but they were shown love was conditional, and they actually don't have the capacity yet. Maybe then, maybe they do now, but perhaps they didn't know what unconditional love was, and they didn't have the capacity. So our inner children are looking for this unconditional love, but our parents, they don't have the ability to offer it to us yet. So instead, let's just show ourselves as children how to be the unconditional love and how to be that light and how to be connected to source, so that we can show those around us what's possible, how to be the change. And you don't have to do anything, you just get to be the change. So can we show you that, how to be the change and how to be light and love in this world? And how amazing the planet would be when more of us literally just step into connection to source. When we step into alignment of who we are, that's when everything changes. That's when consciousness on this planet changes. That's when like peace comes in. So let's just show you how to be light and love. And it's easy and it's fun, and you're able to do so now. And that you know how to love yourself fully and completely. In any and all ways where you thought you were unlovable, or that you didn't love yourself or didn't deserve your own love, any ways you're punishing yourself with self-hatred or keeping yourself small, we're going to mark that finished and done as well. Okay, and can we show you how to live your daily life connected to source energy? Again, whatever you call that, everyone has their own term for that. Source energy, that creation energy, that infinite wisdom. But can we show you how to live your daily life connected here, or even more deeply, and how to ask for guidance from this place of connection? So I actually wanted to play with that for people. So the idea of something's light for you, it's probably right for you. And if it's heavy, it's not. So you can start making choices by, does it feel light or does it feel heavy? The way I tend to make choices as well is by asking. So I want everyone just to feel into right now what a yes answer is for them. So feel into a yes response for you. So if you're like, hey, show me guidance, show me what a yes is. For me, it goes upward and it's lighter, and like the yes pulls me up. Some people feel tingly on a yes, like someone's like, it's flashing yes, like there's no right or wrong to this, whatever you feel. And then in contrast, let's feel into a no response. So I want you to ask for guidance. Show me my no. And for me, it's like, it's like heavy. It's a no. It goes downward. And this is different. So before we were testing our subconscious beliefs with our muscle testing, what our mind believes, this is asking for guidance from source energy. So this is highest truth. Okay? See the difference? So let's ask a question. So I want you to ask for guidance around something that's really simple. Like, should I paint my walls gray owl or painter's white? If you're renovating like I am. Or you could ask, is it in my highest and best to have a snack later or not? Whatever. Like, pick something easy. And I want you to feel into that. But be specific in the question you're asking, because the more specific your question is, the more guidance, the accurate your guidance will be, always. So play around with asking a question. So I'm trying to see if I can find one that will be generic enough for most people that we could ask. Okay, I'm going to ask, is it in my highest and best to read before bed tonight or to journal? Or we could just even ask, is it in my highest and best to read before bed tonight? Okay, you can ask your own question. That's what I'm going to ask. And if you want to join in with me, you can. So I'm going to ask if it's in my highest and best to read. Feeling into a yes or a no, whatever that is for you. So I'm going to give you a minute, ask your question, and then feel into the guidance you get on that question. Okay. And I find for me, with my eyes closed, I can feel and visualize easier than with my eyes open, but whatever works for you. Okay, feedback on that? How did that go? Can you feel into a yes guidance for you now in a different way and a no guidance? So your homework is to play with that literally as many times as you can, minimum of 5. Every little question you may have in your day, ask for guidance on it. Before bed, ask a couple questions that might relate to the next day. I was told, yes, read before bed. I'm reading the book Think and Grow Rich right now. If you don't have it, I highly recommend it. And I just read a few pages a night, but I got a yes. It's in my highest and best to read Think and Grow Rich this evening before bed. So, cool. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So let's do a few more I'm hearing. So can we give everyone the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on money as well? And can we show you that money is literally just an exchange of energy? So all things are energy, and that with money we're allowed to and able to have an exchange of money, an exchange of energy, and that it can flow. And can we release this need to grip and hold on to it in the highest and best way, and release any lack mentality around money if we possibly can? So any beliefs that contain lack, like money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy, or money doesn't grow on trees, any of those kind of lack beliefs that we're able to release for you around money and lack mentality, I'm just going to ask that be released now from all levels of the subconscious mind. And we're going to bring in instead the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on money consciousness and abundance consciousness, more importantly. And that, again, you're an infinite being with infinite potential and infinite possibilities, so you can have infinite sources of wealth coming in from infinite methods. It doesn't have to be just through one stream, right? You can actually have multiple streams of income, multiple sources of receiving. So can we show you the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on how love and receiving are essentially synonymous? So as you shift into love, you're going to shift into receiving, and that you're allowed to receive more deeply than you ever have, that the universe is here supporting you and wants you to receive. Your guides and angels are excited for your receiving. So can we show you to step into that high vibrational frequency of receiving, saying yes to receiving, and safe and possible for you, and you're doing so now. And can we show you as well the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on giving? And can we show you how to decide through guidance when to give and how to give. And that, again, this tool is huge. It's like, okay, I want to give. Show me. What would be the best option? How do I give back? What does that look like, right? You can listen to your guidance and your inner knowing in all decisions in your life, and that's safe and possible for you, and you're able to do so now. Can we also give you the highest perspective, understanding, and truth on happiness, on success, on self-esteem and self-worth, and joy and laughter, and peace, inner peace, and show you how to have all of those things that's safe and possible for you, and you're able to do so now. Okay, so I want you to test a few of those beliefs again. So I'm gonna keep you here in this Theta Brainwave a little longer. I don't want you to go too far yet. So let's test those beliefs. So yes and no. Oh, this is cool. Some people are sharing their feelings. So somebody explained that they felt a fluttering on their chest for a yes, and then a heaviness on their throat for a no. Very cool. Okay, so don't judge. Can we show you also how to live without judgment? You don't want to judge your experiences as right or wrong. So let's just show you how to live your daily life without judging and stepping into just beingness and what it would feel like to be and to perceive your world from a place of it just is. And that that's safe and possible, and you're able to do so now. That's a huge one. Okay, cool. So let's test a few. So I want you to try yes again and no. Amazing. And then with your eyes closed, say yes and no. And try money is the root of all evil. And if you had that before, has it shifted? Try I love myself. And notice any changes. Try I'm allowed to be happy. It's possible for me to be happy. I can be a millionaire. I can receive infinite amounts of finances. And the cool thing is when you receive infinite sources of money coming in, it generally means you're going to have a huge ability to create huge change in the world, because we are living in a world that uses money. So say you come into $1 million, think of the change you can make in the world with $1 million, right? You can be an influencer in a different way. So it's also about the change that we can create for ourselves, that we can enjoy the money, but that we can also give back, and we can also create some amazing change in this world. So let's just bring in that allowance as well. Feels like that's going to shift some things for people. And that the planet's ready for conscious leaders. And it's ready for the finances to shift into the hands of the conscious and the high vibrational beings, right? We want love, lots of love. So let's bring in more of that. Okay, let's try a few more. I'm allowed to be successful. Safe for me to be successful. And any others that you want to just kind of test quickly. Okay, so maybe send a thumbs up if some of your beliefs changed, or if you felt anything from that visualization, that connection to source. A lot of people feel like they're like, it feels like it's like this feeling of being home, right? This is home for us. This is connecting into our source energy. This is us. So it's a really cool connection for us to tap into every day. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to sort of give you this ability to play around with testing your subconscious mind, but then also asking source questions and connecting into source. Yay, lots of thumbs up and hearts. And thank you, Roxanne. So with that being said, now that you have a tool that can access your subconscious mind, I want to provide you an opportunity to help you continue to do some of this work. So there's going to be subconscious stuff that surfaces, and I want to help you kind of work through some of that stuff. So what I've done is I'm working on creating a program, a master class for all of you amazing people, and thank you so much for being here. where you can connect in with me once a month. And we're going to work through really incredible topics. So each class that I hold will be a different topic, and we will work on clearing the subconscious beliefs around each topic. And then on top of that, so you're going to get subconscious clearings, I'll generally give you a different homework activity, as well, it's the teacher in me, as well as a neat visualization. Like I love to do a forgiveness exercise. I love to do a heart energy exchange or reciprocal energy heart exercise. I've got so many tools that I've learned over the last 7-8 years that I want to share with you in a way that's accessible to you. And then I'm also going to do an energy healing. So it's incredible. I do kind of my own thing now. It doesn't really have a term. It's the Krista Hurley energy healing modality, I guess. But I'm going to work with the energy of the group, and you will receive specifically what's in the highest and best for you. So while I'm working with the group, you're going to get your own individual healing. So there'll be a 15-minute healing as well, and I'll have time for Q&As. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. So anyone on this call or anyone that is a part of the recording is going to have access to my masterclass at half price. So it's a monthly membership that you can sign up for if you use the code. So it needs to be soul inspired in caps lock. And I will, Melissa's like, once a month, I need you every day. I love that. Thank you. Well, okay, once a month, but then, okay, good side note, I'm going to have a Facebook group. So this Facebook group will be shifting into a masterclass Facebook group. So you will have access to me regularly. And I actually want to do in the Facebook group a Monday message. And then I also want to do like a Sunday celebration where we share our wins or share our celebrations or share our successes so that we help stay high vibrational. I've got lots of cool ideas for this class. So it will be once a month that we do this call and that we do the energy work. And then it will be regular check-ins from me, I guess, or contributions that I'll offer to the group. And then you'll have each other. Like, how cool is it to have like a network of like-minded people that you can celebrate with and, you know, shoot the shit with and be like, hey, anyone got a suggestion for this or whatever, right? Like, it's so nice to have that. And for me, I'm calling this, like, a lot of us will have memberships for the gym. It's like, but what do we do for our mind and what do we do for our soul? So consider investing in yourself in a way that is more than just the physical. It's absolutely the physical, but it's also a soul level. It's an emotional level. It's like all your relationships will improve, you know, finances will improve, like all aspects will shift and change. And it's you showing up and committing to yourself. It's like the ultimate of self-care. Soul membership. Sounds cool. Okay, so yes, it's a monthly membership. You'll have access to me on the Facebook group as well. We'll do a call once a month, energy work, and also more of what we've done, but two specific topics. And I feel like the first call is going to be about self-confidence and self-image. And there's going to be one the following month. I think the next one in December will be manifesting for January. And then January feels like it's going to be about conflict. But I will, like, everything I do will be guided. It will be specific to this group. It'll be what you guys are asking for and looking for and needing, which I'm so excited about. Can you tell I'm excited? I am. Okay, so yeah, so I will send a link here. And the subconscious membership, I love it. Dana's like, yes, I agree. I will send the link to sign the membership. It's $33 a month, half price. So instead of $66, I'm offering it to everyone on this call, anyone who is getting the replay, or share it to all your friends so they get in. And it's $33 for life. Like, you can cancel whenever you want, but if you want to there won't be inflation 5-10 years from now. My peeps who joined in early are like, you're in. So consider signing up, sign up soon. This offer will expire Friday. And then the first call, it'll be the first Monday of every month at 8:30 that we connect in, because I figure, again, it's like a great way to, you know, get your month going, connect into that high vibrational experience right off the start, and just keep it rocking. Okay, so if you want, again, it's soul. Let me make sure I've got it right. It's not souls. I think it's soul, SOUL, soul inspired, INSPIRED in caps lock for the discount. I will include that on this page as well as the link. Thank you all so much for being on this call. Amazing, awesome beings that you are. Appreciate your light and your love. Share this, please. Let others know. I want the world to receive this wisdom and guidance. And then if you have any questions, like put them in the call. Otherwise, yeah, or even in the Facebook group, if you have questions that come up that surface, you can add those as well. Thanks again. I don't know if I should end it yet or if there's questions. I'll end it. How about I end it and say goodbye? And then if there's questions, just add them to the group or private message me. Okay, amazing. Thank you all so much. This was fun. Thanks for joining. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.